All right, I'm back for Dusty's ongoing coverage of Fragadelphia X Tap 2. I'm here with Corn, coming off of Fisher Tsunami's win to make it into finals where they will face Timmerman later today. So to start, a good win over Sluggy Squad. What can you tell me about that match against that mixed team?
It was a great game. Like they had a really great series versus us. They played really well. They had a really nice comeback versus us on map two. We went up and we had a slow CT side, and they abused that, and they won out the game, which is really good for them. But map three, we kind of locked back in, and we played our game more.
What did you think about their overall level coming into this event as a pure mix?
I knew all the players individually, and so obviously they're all really great players. So I didn't know if I expected them to be this far, but I might have expected some of like the actual advanced teams to get a little further. No shade or anything, but yeah, I kind of did not expect them. I didn't expect them to play them in the semifinals.
And we saw you earlier last night take down Penance to lock in a spot in that semifinal match. How did it feel to beat your old Davenport teammate in Kojomo?
It felt good, like we've been trading wins for a while now. Like they beat me, or he beat me on land in St. Louis, right towards the tail end of Davenport, and I beat them in relegation that summer. I think that might have been the last time we played them, so it feels good to get this land win.
Kojomo is obviously a player who's relatively popular on social media. Has a YouTube presence. Maybe has stolen some of the oxygen out of the Davenport project in the sense that like he's the player I think most people would associate with that lineup. So does it sort of feel good to get a win over that? Feel good to get a win as like the other key American on that team.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't bother me at all. People have their different niches, and he has his, and I'm happy for him. But I know what I am. I know what I can do, and I don't care who follows me or not. I know what I can accomplish.
Now, speaking of collegiate, of course, you recently joined the Fisher roster. That will be actually the third collegiate team you've been a member of in your career. What's up with that? Why a third collegiate team? Why now?
Yeah. So after Davenport, I got the offer from Fisher initially to go that next semester, but I really wanted to take my time and just kind of relax after. It was kind of an emotionally stressful time for me. So I really just took my time. I went back to community college. I got my associate's degree. That's when I was playing with teams like 7am, and I subbed with the Talon team for a little while, and I played with Wicked. But I didn't know if I was even going to keep playing. But I was kind of thinking it over, and eventually I got the offer, and compared to where I was going to go to school, I was like, I'm going to take the risk, and I want to do this, and I want to kind of give this as maybe my last like hoorah of playing. I don't know if I'll play after Fisher at all, but I might as well get the degree and while I have the offer.
And I know when we did an interview with you a while ago, about a year and a half ago at IM Dallas, and you kind of had that whole entreaty about you go to school to focus on the degree, don't focus on the Counter Strike. Do you still believe that? Do you still believe in that? And is the degree the focus for you here?
Oh, absolutely. Like at the end of the day, my education is really important to me, and I'm really focused on getting good grades and getting my degree. At the end of the day, I only have this year and next year until I'm good. And I get my bachelor's. I also am thinking about going to law school, so I kind of want to keep up my grades. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the degree is the focus for all of us. It's stressful having practice, and we're taking it a little bit more seriously than they have in past semesters, and we're playing ESEA and stuff now. But at the end of the day, we're here to get the degree. They're here to study abroad in America, and yeah.
They're here to study abroad, of course. So the Fisher roster has 3 European players, with Krepout recently coming over from Belgium. Can you explain what the roster is like with 3 Europeans on it?
It's amazing. Like I've learned so much. It kind of feels like I don't mean this in a mean way, but it feels almost like what Davenport was supposed to be. Like we had all these players that were so interested in Davenport, and it just kind of didn't work out. Like it was truly unlucky with a lot of it. But it kind of feels like the roster that we have here is like what Davenport should have been. Like we're learning so much, me and Matthew, Tatum, and like I think that like it's just a great experience overall.
We recently saw the team fail to make it to ESEA Advance by way of the ESEA Advance qualifier. You're now playing Main this season. How are you feeling about playing in Main? Is it kind of a bit of a step down for you? Because I know obviously you're pretty famous for being one of the first collegiate players to be in ECL.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I think we all feel like it's a step down, right? Like my European teammates have played like EU Advanced, and they've made it really far. And like Alex has played for like Fnatic Academy, Double O Prospects, etc. It feels like a step down for all of us, and we were really bummed about it. But at the end of the day, we weren't ready. Like, we lost the qualifier fair and square. We weren't playing up to our full potential in that last game, and we lost to the eventual winners. And congrats to them. But we'll be there, and I'm expecting in Maine for us to kind of steamroll. Like, this is kind of a practice season for us at the end of the day. Even if we were in advance, it would have been a practice season because of like the way the ECL move ups now. So we just want to get the practice up, bring up our floor, and win Maine, then win advance and get into ECL.
Right after that loss, we saw the team bounce back and win that Holiday Cash Cup over Fluffy Gamers. Does it feel good to be able to take down a playoff caliber ECL team this early in the Fisher project?
Oh, absolutely. Like we were expecting it to be really difficult, and it was. They're a great team, great individuals, and we know the level we can play at in that tournament. Throughout, we were playing really good. We were playing up to our standard, and if we could just do that more consistently, then we'll be where we want to be fast.
Now, along with that, along with sort of the trajectory of this team, we haven't really seen a collegiate squad break into the mainstream in a competition circuit since the former Davenport roster you were part of. Do you feel like this roster has the potential to, make it to ECL, become a regular contender at any events?
I already think we're better than where we were with Davenport. Like, our floor, we aren't as consistent yet, but our roster's been together for not even 2 months. But like, I feel that the heights we're going to reach with this roster are going to blow past where we were with Davenport. Our eventual goals, we want to make it into playoffs in ECL. We want to go far. We want to go to these invite lands like the Challenger, Atlanta, Katowice, Melbourne. Like, these are our goals. At the end of the day, we're not where we want to be yet, but with more practice throughout this semester, next semester, and going on, we'll be there.
Now, another member of the squad is Tony, who's the coach of the Fisher roster. He recently moved into the coaching role from a player role. People probably know him more from his, the casting side of things and some of his other miscellaneous roles. What can you tell me about his qualities as a coach?
He's really knowledgeable, right? Like, he's obviously, he's a caster, so he's watching the game all the time. He's really knowledgeable about like Tier 2, Tier 3 EU. He's giving us great demos to watch. The input is really great there. It all feels really well. Like, he meshes really well with the team. The vibes are really good. He's a good vibe guy. He brings us up when we're down. It's all great.
You're going to be heading into the finals against Timmerman in about half an hour. Even with them not being the full roster, they're sort of traditionally the boogeymen of these Fragadelphia lands, with Timmerman, having taken their fair share as, badass as Timmerman is Elevate. How are you guys feeling going into the matchup against a team that really hasn't faced any serious challenges at this event?
They're a great team, like as much as they've had issues in the past and stuff, and everybody likes to talk down on them. At the end of the day, they're still great players. So it's going to be a tough game, but we came here to win, and we know what we can do. We know we can beat teams like that. We know we can beat mixed teams like that. Like, at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
And what would it mean for you guys to take a trophy this early in Fisher's, the new Fisher CS lineup's history?
I think it would mean a lot. Like, I think it would kind of mean to us that we're bringing up our floor, and we're bringing up that we can like play better versus these like better teams like we didn't before during the like advanced quali, and it would mean a lot to us to have more success early on, I think.
All right, and you will aim to do just that in about 30 minutes, where you'll be taking on the Timmerman mix here at the Frag X2 TAP Finals. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll let you get ready for that match.